our heroes, who were just yesterday tapped by Storm Silverhand, the Master Harper of the Dalelands, to investigate a strange missive that they received at the farm. The missive stated that there had been some trouble brewing in Zithmore Kane being an outpost, a drow outpost, miles away underground, that was once used as a staging ground for drow raids to the surface, silent for the past 15 years or so, since they have been liberated from a demon spawn giant army. Reports say that the drow factions that had taken back the outpost had been decimated in the process, and the leadership structure fractured and unknown. And so that is why our intrepid heroes have been hired to go find out what's going on down there and possibly put a stop to any nefarious plots that might be unfolding. We'll find out. Our heroes have been traveling for about 14 hours at this point. You have traversed through Shadowdale, into Daggerdale, and into a new tunnel leading, according to the map provided by this mysterious messenger, into a tunnel that would lead you straight to Zithmore Kane's main tunnel entrance, bypassing the giant web that sounded very scary. You have traversed about 4 hours through the Underdark, having encountered a cave fisher, which was almost the end of a couple of you, but you were able to overcome that challenge. And now you have a 350-pound beast, field-dressed with all these valuable components that you are lugging into Zithmore Kane, under the guise of your Zentarum personas and aliases. And as you enter the cavern from the tunnel, which only hours ago you were fighting this beast, you come upon a breathtaking subterranean cavern that opens up before you. Just ahead, a crystal clear underground stream spills from a glassy lake, bisecting the cavern floor beneath a cut stone bridge. Along the water's edge, a winding trail of merchant stalls, fashioned from raw stone, woven silks, and mushroom wood, snakes towards the grand bazaar beyond. The market thrives within a titanic, looming, unfinished fire giant fortress, where drow, Durgar, Darrow, and deep gnomes trade in all manner of curiosities. Beyond the chaos, colossal fungi the size of manor houses have been hollowed out into bizarre dwellings. Above the giant's unfinished palace, the jagged ceiling ascends over 100 feet into the gloom, where monolithic stalactites stretch down like daggers. The entire quarter-mile canyon is suffused in the shifting, violent glow of the ambient, fierce radiation. As you guys enter, what are you guys doing? Anything particular?
We need to maintain our cover as best we can. Zentarum mercenaries, right?
Right.
Do you have a Zentarum mercenary name, Lydian?
Yes. Refer to me as Spade from here on out.
Okay. Kindwin?
Oh, I guess I hadn't really thought that far. Slate.
Slate. Okay. And Korak?
Yes, Korak.
Perfect. That'll work. And you can call me Lush.
To finish your disguises, Lush has a signet ring that has the Zentarum symbol engraved upon it that is usually carried by field leaders. Lydian and Lush have both been able to manipulate their armor to look like Zentarum armor would look. Korak, he looks like he probably belongs in the Zentarum anyway. And Kindwin's got a demon-looking cloak, so Underdark Ranger. Who knows what you're up to? You all each have tattoos as well. They're not permanent, but they were given to you because, according to Storm, the Zentarum are very fond of their tattoos. As you approach the first stalls, you see some white-haired, black-skinned looking dwarven looking things with pupilless iris or just white eyes, and they're hauling and catching from the lake. It looks like they've got these fish that they're hauling in. The fish are just snapping, and as you pass by them, the fish seem to have pretty big teeth, and the two creatures are speaking in Undercommon. I believe only one of you speaks Undercommon at this point, right? Yes. And they're just sort of talking about their catch and how these are going to bring a good price. And as you press forward, tell me what is each of you thinking as you take this sight in of this unfinished giant palace that is now serving, the shell of which is now serving as this Underdark Bazaar. And as you approach, you see more figures moving about. The population's getting a little denser. What is each of your characters thinking at this point, and what do they want to do as they approach? Let's start with Lush.
Lush is cautious, given the serious mistake of judgment that he made during their travel to this place, getting his party potentially into a very dangerous outcome. He is now on a heightened sort of awareness. And I think he is going through his mind, is there someone here that can be a true ally? Who sent the note? Is this potentially a double cross? Because that's happened to him before in not a similar situation, but in a context where he was dealing with drow. He's also thinking about the place that they, I believe, are headed, which in his mind is remembered as Nomad's Rest. So that's what I'm thinking about right now is be careful, don't screw this up, and let's get the mission accomplished.
Korak.
I don't think Korak has any particular approach, just more curiosity about what sort of flavor of life and death there is in this place, because he has not seen these people, many of them, before, and is very curious, but feels oddly, inexplicably connected to them, as if maybe he is more part of this world than the surface world.
Excellent. Lydian.
Well, Spade will be whispering to himself in an elven tongue, just very, very lightly. So he's still kind of chronicling everything he sees. He's under like complete amazement of where he is. So he's using his unique power of observation to describe the way the air smells and the temperature, the way the rocks feel underneath his feet, the half-built palace. And as he's kind of scoping the landscape, describing how people look, and they're looking at them, and the smells, and just getting, kind of painting a picture in his head, as if he doesn't know if he'll ever either come back alive or ever return here. So he's definitely marking it and chronicling it for all the future readers that may happen, but also just so he doesn't miss anything. And trying to be, while this is happening, trying to make sure that the group seems as inconspicuous as possible, knowing that we have just entered a very serious situation, and trying to, though not knowing the local customs exactly, still trying to not stand out as here comes an outsider. So trying to blend in as much as possible.
Excellent. And Kindwin.
Kaiwa just thinks this is all cool as shit, since she's never been able to be here before. She only saw it from a distance when she made it out of a passageway on her own once before. So she's just over the moon, taking it all in, and figuring she does want to find someone to ask where the best place to sell their field dress cave spider thing
Yes,
would be.
I would imagine you had to cut up the cave fisher into portable bits and pieces, so each of you are probably carrying some of it. It's like I said, it's 350 pounds worth of beast monstrosity, that is. And you kind of, when as I said before, you know that the parts, the blood, the filament, the glands, the chitin, all these things are worth stuff. The most valuable components being the blood and the filament gland. And so you know that if you get that to an alchemist, you could probably get some good coin from it.
Do we want to offload this carcass quickly before we go to No Man's Rest?
I would certainly recommend it. We don't need the added weight, and it gives us a reason to start talking around and meeting some folks and telling them who we are.
And not telling them who we are.
Telling them who we are. Yes. Yeah.
I like it. Plus, the stuff is wicked heavy.
Yes, exactly. That too. We should do that.
To the market?
Yeah.
It's got to be around here somewhere. Maybe we could ask. I don't speak Underdark or Undercommon or drow or any of that.
Yeah, it's okay. I've got it. I'll just trying to feel out who might, be willing to chat with us about that. And she'll glance around for someone who looks like they won't
kill you
be
on sight.
Dick. You kill us on sight if I start asking questions about where to find stuff, who to talk to.
You look around, and your fascination is maybe turning into a little bit of trepidation, because you're seeing to your right, you spot what appears to be a caravan or an encampment of drow that have clearly traveled here for some reason. These are not. You can tell right away, these are not just itinerant travelers. These are house drow. They are with some house from somewhere else, you would imagine, because they have their standards with them, and they're looking at you like if looks could kill, basically. Like don't even look in our direction, sort of looks, and. One of their you would imagine their servants, possibly a slave, is a Jurgar, and he's whipping this Thrundar, which is this pack lizard that has gotten its cart stuck in a rut, and it's just beating the crap out of it as it's making it get out of this rut. You look away from that and you look towards the market area, and you see it's pretty packed. This place is more populated than you would have thought. There are all sorts of denizens. There's, like I mentioned before, Durgar, which are, you would know, they're underground dwarves with gray skin and white hair. That all of these Underdark races are not known for their pleasant demeanor. They're all going about being rude and like being pushy. In fact, as you look around, one of the Darrow that you saw before, with a wide-eyed, he shoves a poker that's got these fish skewered on it. They're smoking as if they just came out of a roast fire, and he says something to you. The rest of you don't understand him, but when you understand the Undercommon, and he's yelling. He's sort of yelling at you to buy some pirimo, roast pirimo, the best. And he's shoving it in your face, almost poking you with the poker.
How about I'll buy some of that and some information? Deal?
He looks. Give me an insight check.
Great. D&D Beyond is at it again. So that's gonna be a 6.
6. Yeah. He nods vigorously and shoves the skewer at you.
Lush instinctively has his hand on one of his blades, but then looks to Kindwin to see what their body language is saying.
Their body language looks violent, but it doesn't necessarily match what they're saying to Kindwin. But they're like poking at her with the skewer, with these fish that you see look like piranha. They've got jagged teeth, and you saw them, bringing in a haul earlier. It smells like burnt fish. That's basically what it smells like. And he's got one hand out and he's shoving the skewer at you in the other hand. What are you doing?
How much for that? And telling us where we might be able to sell some components that we've picked up on the way here.
He points at your coin purse.
Yes. How much?
Open.
This guy's being really aggressive. I'm going to say to Lydian.
Spade is going to put his hand on Lush and looks right at you as if like play along, and tries to hold you back like, hey, it's okay. Don't get aggressive with them. It's okay. As if like I'm holding you back. He's pissing you off kind of thing. And under my breath, we'll say some arcane type language, whispering to myself as I cast comprehend languages on myself.
Okay, excellent. He's just yelling at Kindwin to open her purse. He's not giving her like a price or anything. He's just sort of shoving the skewer and saying, "Open purse."
No. You give me a price first.
Maybe we should keep moving.
What you have?
What I have is my own business.
Just keep going.
All right, you keep moving.
I look over at Korok.
I think that's one is trying to rob Slate. Should I step up there and make myself known? Yes? Okay. I'm going to move up behind Kindwin and Loom. I'm here.
Are you actively trying to intimidate this thing?
Yes.
Give me an intimidation roll, please.
Jose, while this is happening, Lush is going to be scanning for any other hostile people that might be kind of creeping in on us from other directions while we're fixated on this vendor.
Sure, you got your Xantarum game face on, I take it.
Absolutely. And it looks like this.
That looks like a Xantarum game face, yeah.
Terrifying.
Lush, you speak Elven, yes?
I do.
Okay.
I speak Elvish, absolutely.
Those of you who speak Elvish, if you hear drow, you might be able to make out most of it because it is an Elvish language. It's just a very strange dialect. So you're not completely out of your element. But most creatures like this Darrow are speaking Undercommon. Korak, what'd you get on your intimidation?
13, which is a fortunate number.
It is. This creature doesn't seem to register your presence. It's focused on Kindwin and Kindwin's purse, and keeps sort of getting closer to her.
Can I put my arm out over Kindwin's shoulder and extend my hand to their face?
Sure, yeah, to sort of hold it back.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, that's not a problem. You extend your hand out, and he goes to bite you, and misses your hand, and he sort of gets out from under you and keeps pushing forward towards Kindwin.
Maybe we should move on, Kindwin. Slate.
Yeah. No. She'll say back to the guy in Undercommon, like, no deal, and they'll take a step away.
Excellent.
Start walking away.
What are the rest of you guys doing?
I'm going to reach out and grab Korak's arm and say, Korak, let's keep moving.
Yes. I'll watch the rear so this one doesn't come up behind us try to bite someone or steal our wealth.
Watch those teeth on that one.
Oh, yes. I saw.
As you guys make your way towards the market, away from sort of the side stalls that ring the lake itself, this guy follows you for a little while, and you ignore him long enough that after it, he gets distracted by somebody else and starts offering them some of his haul. And you all enter. You can see that the palace that was being built by these fire giants before they were routed about 15 years ago, it was finished to the point of they got about the first story done. For a giant, that's about 30 feet worth of walls, and they've got some of the beams over the rafters for the next story that was never finished. The design of this thing looks really strange. You're looking at it as you walk in, and as you saw it from sort of the other side as you walked around the lake. This thing appears to have been. The design is very strange to you. It doesn't follow like design aesthetics that you would think for a fortress. It's sort of the angles are all off, which is kind of strange. But it's obviously very well built. As you approach it, you can see the part that was built is very solid. And as you do approach, you see sort of further up, you see the construction is ongoing, and you see two 17-foot tall giants, stone giants. You identify them with their gray skin, and they're putting some huge 5-foot wide stone blocks, trying to finish part of the wall. And you see there's a drow overseer who is directing them, and they look. One of them looks emaciated. The other one looks stronger, healthier, and younger. And they're putting up these blocks. And as you watch, they seem to be finishing up whatever they're doing, and their overseer yells at them and in Undercommon, and they finish up and they sit down to rest for a bit. And as you walk into the bazaar itself, you see a number of different stalls. There's food. There's merchants. A lot of the stalls do have signs written in Undercommon. So what are you looking for specific?
I mean, since I can read Undercommon,
Yeah.
I would be scanning the signs on these various buildings, looking for an indication of someone who, I mean, I suppose for the alchemy components, is the first thing we want to offload. It's not the heaviest stuff, but it's going to be the thing that gets us the most coin.
Yeah.
Who would buy the rest of the spider? Is that the sort of thing someone just wants the meat to eat? Is that like find a tavern, sell to a tavern keeper type stuff? Like, what do they want with this spider meat?
You can imagine that the meat itself is probably the least valuable part of it.
But it's the heaviest, so we do want to get rid of it.
Get rid of it. The chitin could probably be used by an armorer or something like that.
And might also be heavy. Okay.
That is heavy, and that probably you get rid of that with the flesh. They would deflesh it themselves. But got it. But the most valuable components are, like I said, the filament gland, the blood itself. And Conway, give me a nature check, please.
Sure. It's a 10.
A 10. That's enough to know that because this thing was killed only hours ago, this is very fresh, which is a good thing. Because
for those components, because the blood will spoil after a while, and they need to. It's got to be bottled properly and all that stuff. So, so yeah, you're looking for an alchemist shop, basically, is what you're looking for. Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll prioritize the alchemist shop. I'll keep an eye out for an armorer just to offload this quickly. Sure. But I guess if there's more of a time crunch on the alchemy components in order to get the best bang for our buck. Or really, best buck for our bang.
Either way, both ways. As you're looking around, you're you know, like I said, the place is crowded. There seems to be groups of those drow that I mentioned before, moving towards the part of the palace, of the unfinished palace, that looks like it might have been where like a throne room might have been. It sort of extends. There's like this bridge that sort of extends over the river, and there's a room beyond with pillars you can see on the map there. That area there seems to be a crowd seems to be forming beyond that area. Sort of people are walking on the bridge and going to that part of the castle. And as you look about, you give me a perception checks or investigation, either one. If you're those, actually, I guess Kindwind's the only one who reads Undercommon, but the rest of you can also make me perception checks.
I would also like to say that because I can't understand anything anyone says or is written, so I'm hyper focused on our perimeter to make sure we're not going to get pickpocketed or.
Excellent. You are getting eyed from various quarters. You are surface worlders. You are sort of a rarity here, and so you, in fact, you haven't seen any yet. Other surface people. But Korak's pretty intimidating, and if you make eye contact with that sort of, with the intent to intimidate and sort of give them the stink eye, most of the people you're looking at sort of look away, or hold your eye for a bit, but go about their business. Kindwin, what'd you get on your perception?
I got an 18.
18, excellent. Lydian and Lush, or sorry, what was Lydian's name?
Spade
And Slade.
Spade got a 17, and his comprehend languages last an hour, so I could understand what's being read if I can touch it. So, like when you go to the store and you're like touching all the clothes, I'm all like, touching signs and just like doing things as I walk past.
Excellent. Lush?
I rolled a 15, and I think in addition to the general perception, I'm looking for any Zentarum symbolism, and also anything in Thieves' Cant that might be a sign or a symbol of note for us.
Okay. What you notice, Lush, we'll start with you. What you notice is you notice, and you've heard of this before, and you might have even seen it before, but you notice certain drow are speaking to each other in a sign language. They're not using words. They're using some sort of sign language you're not familiar with. It's not Thieves' Cant, but you do recognize that this is a drow way of speaking in the Underdark. And some of them are looking, you're getting looks, but that's to be expected. And you see, like I said, crowd sort of moving in the direction of the throne room, if there was one in this palace. Lydian, you see a sign that is actually written in a couple languages, and some of these signs are written in Undercommon, but they're also written in Common, and that tells you that those places probably speak Common and or are for people like you. This you would imagine is only the sort of thing that would happen in a trade town that is this close to the surface, right? This is sort of an upper dark, a trading hub. And you do note a place that is what appears to be. It says something about Thorgrim's castle, but when you look sort of off in the distance, you see a bunch of beasts of burden, different types. You see cedars, which are giant spiders used as mounts. You see some riding lizards. You see this creature that is standing above the crowd, probably 8 feet tall, with these hooked arms, no hands, but just these hooks. And it's just sort of standing there while the proprietor is speaking with somebody. And Kindwin, with your 18, one of the first stores you look at, it's got it's one of the ones with a huge mushroom cap for a roof. And you see this thing, and you see a sign on it that says the Eightfold Olympic. And an Olympic is a device used in alchemy.
Okay.
And you see that it is written both in Undercommon and in Common.
I did have a quick question.
Yes.
You mentioned a signed language that Lush was noticing.
Yes.
That's not common sign language, correct? Because I
Correct.
do speak that.
Correct. It is a drow specific sign language.
I figured, but considering I took sign language, I thought
Love
I'd
it.
check.
Love Yeah, you would pick up on that as well. You'd pick up on the fact that they are using some sort of sign language back and forth, and you
but I
probably already knew that they do this. It's probably on your to learn list.
Yeah, I don't actually speak drow, so I wouldn't have any
Do you
reason
speak
to know
Elvish?
drow side. I speak Elvish.
Yeah, you
not
speak Elvish.
drow.
That just means that you could understand most of it. It's just a very strange dialect.
But there's no reason I would know drow sign language if I don't.
Correct. Yeah.
Didn't pick up that dialect yet.
Quick interlude. I did look at the comprehend language, and I understand the literal meaning of any language you can hear or see signed.
Excellent.
I would be able to.
Excellent.
Oh,
Very
signs.
Nice.
I think it's
Oh.
Yeah, so I'd be like,
All right. Are you actively looking around for what I just described, like the drow sign language?
Yeah.
All right. Give me an investigation roll as you make your way. When are you making your way to this place, or are you going?
Yeah, I would probably, and especially since you said it also in common. Once I pointed out, I'm sure they would all be like, yes, great.
Yes. Lydian, what'd you get?
I'm very distracted by the big beasts. So it's like, oh, someone's signing, big beast. Someone's signing, big beast. So I only got a 5.
Okay. Right. Yeah, there's lots going on. There's just so much ambient stimulus that's happening right now. Kindwin, you make your way towards that sign, and I would imagine your companions join you inside.
Yeah, we have to get this weight off our backs. So
Yes. All right. As you enter this shop, the air inside the shop hits you first. A dense, suffocating mix of boiling vinegar, overripe cave fungus, and the sharp copper tang of raw chemical reagents. You step over the threshold into a room carved directly from the dark stone of the unfinished giant palace. The heavy tiered shelves along the wall are crowded with jars of various sizes containing pickled organs, dried fungal caps, glowing oily fluids, while every other flat surface is crammed with bubbling alembics, iron urns, and rows of glass vials that clink softly whenever a heavy cart passes on the street outside. Behind the counter, what looks like at first to be a female drow with 6 arms, finishing the last of a large order of unlabeled vials filled with a dark green viscous fluid into a crate for a client ahead of you. The client is wrapped tightly in thick, tattered robes that obscure all defining features, though they cannot mask the faint, sour, tangy scent that clings to them like a shroud. They speak in a low, wet whisper, and the proprietor nods as she slides the heavy, now lidded crate across the counter. The cloaked figure clutches the crate, nods once, and goes to glide past your party on the way out. As they pass, their crimson eyes briefly meet each of you through a sudden gap in their tattered hood, revealing skin like flayed leather stretched tightly over bone. And that's only for an instant you catch this, and then they are gone, leaving behind a sour, acrid smell in their wake. The creature behind the counter, go ahead and give me a nature roll. Everybody can roll this.
I'm more curious about the one that just left.
I know you are.
7.
7 nature.
I got a 22.
Nice. 15.
out of 10.
All right. Korak and absolutely Kindwin recognizes the creature that is the proprietor of this establishment. In fact, we have some art of her. She's right above the map now.
Okay. Oh, geez.
That's what she looks like. You, Kainwin and Korak, you recognize this creature as an Aranya. It is a shape-shifting arachnid creature of unknown origins, but you see her working immediately with her uppermost hands, grinding purple mushrooms into a stone mortar, while her other hands engage in various other tasks. Her gaze trails down to the heavy bundle of cave fisher remains in your packs, and then she looks up at you and pauses. Lush and Korak, she looks at you, narrowing in sharp calculation and taking you in from head to foot. Then a thin, slow smile returns to her lips, her tilting head expressing curiosity. Ah, the wearers of purple have kept their promise to return. Yet now they wear Zentarum ink and leather. How fascinating. She taps her dark-skinned finger against her chin, her blinking orbs taking you in. The cult of the dragon has been known to dance with the crones of Kiriansali from time to time, and the Zentarum have been known to work with the Church of Loth. She says, her eyes flicking to the empty doorway. Tell me, mercenaries, what game is being played in Zithmore King today? You recognize her, Lush and Korak. Do you remember where you recognize her from?
The potion alchemist, yeah.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm. You look familiar, I'll say in Elvish.
She speaks in perfect Elvish back to you. We have met before, wearer of purple? Or are you something else?
Always something else.
Lydian and Kainwin, give me a history check to decipher what this lady is talking about.
11.
3.
She said two things. She said wear purple, and she also mentioned the cult of the dragon. You know that the Lydian knows. Kainwin's never heard this before. Lydian knows that wearers of purple are sort of the top tiers in the cult of the dragon. And she just said that about Lush and Korak.
Kainwin is just like looking around, being like, I mean, yeah, he wears purple, but like, he doesn't really. I don't get it. Like,
Whether or not we visit under the banner of purple is our business, but for now, we seek trade and information.
She looks back over your shoulders again. Your secret is safe with Niatha.
Thank you, Niatha.
I keep many secrets. And the whole time she's talking, she's working. Her hands are working different tasks. She says she sort of clears a little space on the counter and points for you to put your haul up there.
Is this conversation still going on in Elvish?
Yeah, when you spoke in Elvish, she spoke back to you, but then she reverts back to common.
Okay. Because Korak is catching about a tenth of the conversation this day.
Yeah.
Everywhere we go.
Lush, when he talked about doing getting information and doing business, that would have been in common for everyone to hear.
No. She keeps. She looks over at Korak, and you see her kind of take another glance in your direction, and then back at the hall that you guys have brought in, and she looks at this thing, and she says, I can offer you barter or gold. What would you have?
Well, coin of the fortress would be good for us to have on hand, but what do you have for barter?
She says, this is coin. Coin is rare. Coin is useless for many down here. We trade in gold, yes, I do. I trade above, as you know. But gems, pearls, valuable things are more desirable. She says, she sort of shows you her wares behind her, the shelves of different potions and whatnot. And she says, I have more barter than gold.
We're listening.
She says, 350 gold is what your components here are worth for everything.
And what would that buy us in value towards your wares?
He says, Kindwin, you've gotten your nature check a couple times already. You know that this is pretty low number.
Oh, she's lowballing us. Got it.
Yeah. She says, barter. I will offer you more in barter.
I like where this is going. Can we see what you have to offer us?
She says, what do you want?
Korak.
I want a beverage of strength, if there is one.
Beverage of strength. Says, that can be arranged, yes. She looks at those of you who are surfacers who don't, the humans, and says, we can make you see the dark. We can prevent your poisoning. We can make you unseen, and we can offer you poisons, my specialty.
Kind of like where this is going. What other wares do you have to allow us to survive down here?
She points out. She says, "I can do bespoke concoctions, depending on what you ask for. But I have most everything you've probably encountered before." She has most potions that you could think of, and other bespoke custom items as well.
Well, I noticed those large giants outside. I think I could benefit if we could swing it with a beverage that would make me strong like them in the case that we fight large beasts again.
I agree. This could be extremely helpful. Kindman, how do you feel about this deal? You seem to know your way around these parts.
The potions sound like good deal, but we might also want to see if we can't get some information from her. She seems friendly, I guess, with you two. She might be willing to tell us what's going on out there. It seems like there's a lot of drow who've been gathering here for some sort of meeting. She might know something about what that meeting is.
Agreed.
Go ahead and give me insight checks, everybody, just to sort of get a little bit more insight into her.
$16 for Lush.
You cut out there, Ty, did you say? What you got?
No, I was swearing at my dice because they're
got
acting
it.
like
16 for Lush.
14 for Lydian.
Kind of one.
21.
21, nice. Kind of when you get a sense that she is not as much friendly as she is extremely intrigued by Lush and Korak. Given whatever encounter they had before, she her curiosity is piqued, and she wants to know more. She is being very pleasant in pursuit of more secrets, basically.
So maybe a little quid pro quo.
Yeah. She will basically, as you sort of barter back and forth, she would basically offer you about double the price she offered you in coin in potions.
But how much for information?
Well, that's a different story. You have to ask her.
We're curious. Information could go a long ways here. There may be others of our companions here. Have you seen any? And I'll raise the sleeve of my shirt as I show my the tattoo on my arm.
She looks and she says, Zantarum. Now, she now you remember she already did mention that she picked up on that like right away. And she says, "Of course, Centarum." And she winks at you. They have been through here before. Yes, none recently that I know of.
And of course, you would know.
I know much. I do not know all. I wish to know all.
Here for the blood-in?
Ah, yes, the blooding.
And what is this? A festival of sorts?
Yes, you could say that. The young princess, the matron mother's daughter, she is coming of age. She must go through her blooding.
Sounds personal. Is that why there are so many of the drow that seem to be here on this day?
Yes. Matron Mother Tirek Morcaine has invited others from Shindlerin and beyond to come witness the rebirth of House Morcaine, the continuing legacy, her continuing legacy with such an auspicious bloodline.
Indeed. And how would we pay our respects to the mistress?
She would not deign to speak with an Iblith like you.
I won't take that as an offense.
You're pretty sure it was, but she says, you can watch like the others and pray they don't notice you. Pray they don't pay too much attention to you, but you are welcome like everyone here.
I'm sure the blood-in is quite pleasant to observe.
Oh, not at all. Not for one such as you, I would imagine.
Maybe for me, though.
Oh, most definitely for you.
Oh, can we stay? Can we stay for this?
I believe we must.
Good. Then I don't care what we barter for. I have what I want.
Right. What are you trying to get from her as far as the exchange for the cave fisher parts?
I think we want, if it's available, a potion of giant strength for Korak.
You can get one without using all of your barter up. You can get a potion of hill giant strength.
What else, guys? What else do we want?
Do we need healing potions?
Yeah, we're gonna.
Antitoxin. There's dark vision, invisibility potions. Speak with dead. Or is that more of a scroll? Who knows?
That's a scroll.
Maybe.
All of us have the ability at some level to see, at least right now, but the healing would be nice.
The poison antidote.
Yeah, I would say at least she's good at toxins.
Yeah,
She's good at
antidote.
toxins.
Okay. Yeah. Healing. She's sort of, as you guys are saying these things, she's going to the back and coming back with different potions and elixirs. Healing, poison antidote.
Is the gold down here different than the gold up? Like, because I would like a souvenir if it's like the head of House Mordain or someone else. Like, I need something to prove.
The gold. The gold is from different, like she can.
Okay, it's
she can show you what. Yeah, it's from different. As long it's by weight basically. So there's different coinage from different places. So you can get some collectible stuff from like.
Yeah, we'll just get like one from like, just like, hey, this was a currency. Someone either was here or was retrieved from someone from this area. So.
Yes.
One of those flattened pennies that says Sith Mortain on it.
Sith Mortain, that's right. Yeah. You get a sense that the gold that she has was traded to her by other surface worlders like yourselves. You in your conversation with her, you glean that most things are done either with barter here in Underdark or with precious gems and components. Those are more, for example, the high drow houses would use like these pearls that are hard to find. That would be like their gold. So they don't really deal in gold. They do, but they consider it sort of, déclassé.
So like I could understand that like gems and pearls are things of value, but what if like a common thing, like you wanted a drink, would that be like a mushroom or a rock? Like, what are the scales down here? Like, I wouldn't go to a store and bust out a ruby,
Right. Yeah, something like that. For things like that, they would probably gladly accept gold because again, gold by weight is so yeah, your coin would be able to buy stuff like that.
Copy that.
All right, so what potions did you want? You got healing, poison antidote, hill giant strength.
Tywin wants a web grenade, but she won't actually really force that to be part of the barter deal because
this would be the
she
place
just thinks they're cool.
Cora actually gives you a cut rate on the on that because she's so intrigued with you. And the healing, let's see, you've got about 700 gold pieces worth of barter to use up. A potion of healing is 50 gold. A potion of a little bit better healing, greater healing, would be about 200 gold pieces worth of your barter.
And what about the hill giant strength or the antidote?
The antidote will cost you, let's see.
Could I also ask, because I think she may have one, a potion of poison? It is a poison that is illusion to look like a healing potion.
Yeah.
Mm. Don't mix them up in your inventory.
Put it in the wrong bottle. Oops.
All right. So that will cost you. So an antidote will cost you 50 of your barter, and the potion of poison will cost you 100 of your barter.
How much would a potion of poison resistance cost?
That would cost you 200 of your barter. And she's got so many other things that are that you've never even heard of, but of the things that you have mentioned, just tell me in what quantities you want them, so we can give you what you need and spend your 700 gold pieces.
1 potion of giant healing, 2 healing potions, greater healing potions, and 2 antidotes. What do we have left over?
All right. Do you say how many regular healing?
2.
That's 100 gold. Greater healing, giant strength. So with the hill giant strength, the 2 healing potions and the greater healing potions, that is 400 of your barter.
Okay.
With an antidote, that's another 50. If you get 2 of those, that'll be another 100.
Let's do 2 of those. And then what's that right there? I'm just going to point at the craziest looking thing on the shelf.
What's that right there?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Dealer's choice.
The craziest looking thing.
She says, what does it look like?
Crazy.
So crazy. Look at that thing. Have you ever seen anything like that?
It's staring at me.
No.
Is it? I thought it's kind of like that painting back in Ulash. Wherever you move, it's like always looking at you.
You pointed it, and she says, potion of dragon's breath.
We'll take it.
She says, that's a bit of your barter. That's 250.
We'll give you, for that right there, everything laid out on the table in our little basket, our little shopping basket. We'll take all of this. You can have all of our components. And the chitin.
I don't think she wants the chitin. I think we have to find an armorer for that.
Do you want the chitin?
She says, oh, no, I can ground that up.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
All right, so you want the potion of dragon's breath as well?
Damn right.
Let's do it.
All right.
It's not a party unless someone brings a potion of dragon's breath.
All right.
I feel like that goes to Lydian.
Yes.
Sure.
And the 2 antidotes will do you. So you've got hill giant strength, 2 potions of regular healing, 1 of greater healing, 2 poison antidotes, and a potion of dragon's breath. Did I get it all?
I believe so.
All right. She says, pleasure.
And ours. Don't be surprised if you see us again. We might stop by for more party favors. In the meantime, the Nomad's Rest. Where will we find that?
She points across the way, and she says, right past the entrance where all the people are heading to the blooding.
And who is the proprietor or proprietress of said establishment at the Nomad?
Oh, that would be Beryl.
Beryl. A drow?
Oh, no. She is a deep gnome.
Ah, deep gnome. Of course. Thank you for the information and the goods.
He's just staring at you, and Korak. He says, "You, Korak. Yes, I am Niatha. Since I feel that we are now better acquainted. Yes."
Yes, I like your name. It's very attractive.
Thank you.
I'm Korak.
I know.
Yes.
This is your friend.
This is my friend Elle.
Yes. Elle, the wearer of purple. Yes.
I wear purple too.
You both are wearers of purple.
I'll look over at the lady and I'll go, I'll bring you up to speed later.
She says, she looks at you, Lydian. I am Niafa.
I am Spade. Pleasure to meet you. And he will stretch a bit to kind of open up his armor, show the tattoo on his chest.
I'll step in between them.
and she looks at you, Kindwin. Pleasure doing business with you.
Slate.
She says, yes. Come back to Niafa's Eightfold Alembic anytime.
Yes, I will come back and see you again.
I have much more to offer you. And if you are out of coin or barter, there are things you can do. A trade for my goods.
I turn around and face everybody else and say, I volunteer, so don't worry about that. If we come back broke.
Duly noted.
You are truly a hero, Korak.
I like this place, Elle.
She says, the Zentarum that I have dealt with before, they were much more brusque.
Well, it's a new age, a new dawn.
She says, no. Take this as what it is. My surface friend. You will need to be that way here, or else.
Keep your opinions to yourself, then, and I'll turn with a flourish, taking her advice.
Good day.
Good day.
I think Korak is like, don't mind them.
It's too nice. Yeah, Korak, you turn around, you still smell that sort of acrid, sour smell of that figure that left here earlier.
I'll turn back around to Niatha and say, the one that was in here before us, they are very distinctive. Is there anything you could tell me about them that I might find interesting?
She says, yes.
I lean in.
They also appreciate death.
Oh, really?
Mm.
Thank you. I will see you again.
She nods. And the whole time, her multi-hands are multitasking. She's already starting to take apart the cave fissures, expertly pulling out the filament gland, the poison. She's bottling it with 4 of her hands. And she's sort of mumbling to herself what she can make with it as she sort of does this. And she's like sort of looking forward to brewing the different things that she can from this thing.
Korak, do you think that individual was some sort of practitioner or clergy of Kia Ronsali?
I am not sure. I have to admit that I am not well versed in the various religions. I have spent more focus on the collective afterlife than I have on the individual living moments for those. But I would hazard that is a fair guess. Yes.
There was a sense of uncanny undeath.
Yes. They may have been celebrating death in the moment.
Over and over again.
If you saw what you think you saw in that brief glimpse that you caught, it looked like somebody, you only saw this much, but what you saw looked like a fleshless face. So the sort of muscle fibers is what you saw, no flesh. Though.
Yes. something of a corpse, of an animated undead, like you say. And that scent, that rancidness, is a scent of decay, I think.
You have smelled death before. This wasn't quite that. This had a hint of death, what you attribute to death, but it smelled more acrid, more acidic than anything else. It was definitely not just plain like the smell of rotting flesh. It was something more.
I'm not sure how much I would know about Underdark religions.
Give me a religion check.
Okay. I'm not very good at it, but
you never know. The dice say
You're
otherwise.
a cleric.
Sometimes. Yeah.
Well, that is a 19.
19, nice.
Of course.
Boy, it just so happens that you know something about a death cult. Imagine that. So
I would know something about that.
So a 19, you know that the this figure was undead that walked out of here. They were intelligent because they caught your eye and they looked at you for a split second, and you can tell the difference between an intelligent eye and that of a mindless undead. This was not a mindless undead.
Something of a white.
No, because you know what a white is. This was not that. This, you think, and you're not quite sure what they're called. You might need higher than a 19, but this might be a creation of the cult of Unseli. And you definitely know that is the case. So there's that.
Yes, El. No, you are right. I think you are exactly right about this cult and the figure that person is.
I was afraid you would say that. Isn't there a friction of great depth between the Lolthites and the followers of Unseli?
I think I know less about the followers of Lolth, even though it's a much larger religion spread about and all. But I am focused particularly on this cult. The cults are more interesting. They have more obscure practices, Well, I don't know if that's true because I don't know what Lolth practitioners do, but there is tension, and there is much of it in this location where they are from.
I'm concerned that we're walking into something quite dangerous here. If the factions decide to pop off and intervene with this blooding.
Well, I know we have the religious component, and we have the mercenaries of this Zentarum, and we have the drow residents here. We are in the midst of all sorts of intrigue. There is no doubt about that.
Well, we wouldn't want to be late to the blooding, would we?
No, thank you, Lydia. Spade,
Lol forbid. All right, you leave the Eightfold Alembic store, and you notice two of her hands way back. You notice that there is a crowd forming. They're still sort of making their way, and as you make your way up is that where everybody's going? I take it. Is that where we're following the crowd?
I believe so. Even if we are destined ultimately for the Nomad's Rest, we are heading in that direction. So,
if you look at the map, that area with the pillars, that is where the crowd is gathering. The Nomad's Rest, she pointed across the way to that long sort of peninsula-like part that sticks out with the steps that go up. Yes, that is where the Nomad's Rest is apparently. But you are following up into this area, and as you walk up in this area, the crowd is filtering in. They're sort of spreading out. You also notice that above these pillars that were put in by the fire giant who once styled himself the ruler of this, area. The pillars themselves have been built upon on top. There's viewing platforms that have been built up top, and all the way along the wall itself is about over 5 feet wide. So you could stand up there and look down as well. And as you make your way, you can see that the people are doing that. You see steps, sort of spiral stairs that go up in both directions, and these were obviously put in after the giants were defeated. But you see makeshift, platforms. There's ground level. There's higher tier. You tell me where you want to go. There is room. There are mostly drow here, but there are other races as well.
Jose, where are we on the map? Can you give us can you use the pointer to show us where we are?
Got it. You are here.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, you're walking up this way and you're making your way. It looks like that area there between the 6 pillars right here. That area appears to be a makeshift arena. It looks like your best guess would be this is sort of a general purpose area. From the looks of it, there's like a platform. There is, which is not being used currently. But there is at the very top over here, there is a platform built up top here, where you see, like they're 30 feet up and, maybe another 60 feet away from you, but you can see the figures of drow up there. 2 of them are sitting. One of the figures looks much bigger than the other. And as you make your way, you let me know where you would like to go. You can stay on the ground level. You can go up top.
Spade's heading up and doing I guess actually chronicle a blooding. So he's observing everything and heading higher ground, keeping an eye on the rest of the group, but letting them know just with signals that he's going to watch from a more of a higher vantage point.
Okay. What about the rest of you? Are you sticking with him or are you going elsewhere?
I was just going to say, as I'm moving through this area here, this, I'm getting vibes that this is a bottleneck situation, and I am concerned about having no immediate egress from whatever this thing is about to happen. So as we're moving through this section, are there any gates? Is there a portcullis? Are there any, I don't know. Am I getting the sense that we're going to be trapped inside and become part of the main event?
So there's no portcullis, but it looks like that there would have been one at one. If this place had been finished, there might have been one here, but there is not one. However, right here, and also on the other side are sort of a makeshift spiral staircases that have been built after the fact that go up to the ramparts, basically. It's not really ramparts, but that's what they're being used as now. About 30 feet up, these walls here, you can walk along these unfinished walls at the very top, which have been, again, sort of retrofitted so that they're no longer just unfinished construction. They're, flat topped. And over here is where you would imagine a House Morcane is set up.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to look at Slate and just be like, I get a strong sense that we're going to be trapped in here. Higher position is better. We should follow Spade.
And each of the pillars has a round platform that is built on it, where it's sort of a viewing platform that is built on top of it. And as are these walls. These walls are about 5 feet thick. They also have platforms that are built on them where people are watching from as well.
Higher perspective might be safer.
Sure. Let's go up and see what we can see.
Where's Korak? Korak!
You think he's still back there flirting with that alchemist?
I'm pressing forward. I want to get as close to the stage as I can.
All right. The arena is it's more of a sort of cordoned off arena between all the pillars. So there's a rope that has been strung between all these pillars.
Question.
Yeah.
Is Korak kind of just wandering off towards the excitement, sort of without thinking about what we're doing, just to get Yep.
I don't know.
Where is Korak going? Oh my God. Okay.
Mind you, Korak can't walk into this arena here because this is all cordoned off.
Okay, but he's trying to get up close to where the action is. I'm just going to turn to Slate and just be like, I'll go with Korak. You go with Spade. I don't know.
Okay.
Shit.
I still have my horn. I'll
Yes.
blow it if like something is wrong, and you'll be the only one who will hear it. So
Then you and I will know something's wrong.
That's the best I think we can do.
Shit. All right. And like the crowd is moving. Yeah, and I'm like getting pushed into the crowd after Korak.
Some of you go high, some of you stay down below. You can't get much further because the crowd has already filtered into most of this area. So you can probably get to the first pillars, and that's about as far as you could get. But you do have a fairly good view, as do those of you who are up top. As you start sort of taking in this scene, you can smell the haze of bitter incense, the roasted deep rothe and sulfur drifting from the crowds that have brought food to this blooding. But beyond you, the commerce has sort of gone silent. Most people are filtered into this area and seem to be waiting. Hundreds of eyes are looking in that direction of the drow that are posted up top, and you can see there's different factions here. You can see standards from like the ones that you saw when you first coming in, but you also see standards up in that area I said where you think House Morcane is. The standard shows a black widow spider with two swords crossed under it, and as you observe, there is a from the side there is sort of a commotion, and they they bring out a figure. There's a guy who is a drow who is has a whip in one hand and is you can hear it. You hear it first before you see it, but you hear the whip go off and the pained cry of somebody who is on the receiving end. And as you watch this drow with the whip, he's got this look of ecstasy on his face as he hits this, he whips this elf. You see this elf; it's a sun elf, and they push him out into the arena. You see the crowd sort of, some of the crowd yells out when this elf gets pushed out into the arena, and he gets handed this rusty sword. And go ahead and give me a perception checks.
$23.
23, nice.
15.
19.
Correct.
16.
All right. That is enough for all of you to see. The figure up above, sitting, and they're on the same level as you, Lydian, but across the way, you see the figure that you can only imagine is this matron mother that you've heard about, and her man. You don't know much about how drow do their thing, but this is either a consort or something to that effect. You would imagine it's the father of whoever is getting, the term princess was used. And you see these two sitting next to each other. The first one has a severe countenance. She wears this spider crest on her head. She wears the ceremonial scale armor. She's beautiful, but in a evil queen sort of way. And she is slight of build. But next to her, as you sort of get in position, that can't be right. You're looking and you're like, that can't be right. The drow sitting next to her is maybe almost 8 feet tall. And he is not wearing anything from the waist up. He's wearing a chitin skirt. But from the waist up, he is like this Adonis of a drow. His long hair is this white mane that goes halfway down his back. And he is just looking down with this severe look on his face. The only thing that makes him not a beautiful drow elf is this sort of mean snarl that he constantly has on his face. His brow is furrowed and his teeth are showing, and he looks like he's just constantly mad. Though he's just sitting there, but he looks like he's just grinding his teeth. And again, this is completely abnormal for this. This can't be. This has got to be an illusion of some kind, because this thing is, like I said, almost 8 feet tall. It needs a different chair. In fact, it is standing up because the chair it can't sit still. And they. The crowd sort of hushes once that elf, the sun elf, gets pushed out into the arena. The elf's chains fall away as the slaver unclasps the lock. And you look across the way as from the crowd, some drow guards bearing the symbol of House Morcaine lead a small, unarmed drow girl who hesitates. She is slight of build, and she's offering a gentle, pitying smile. You don't see any weapons on her, and she's wearing just white silks.
Korak, I can't see. Can I get up on your shoulders?
That's odd.
I can't see anything.
Okay, come on up. Here, I'll give you an elbow.
I'm gonna climb up on his shoulders like we're at a rock concert and see what the heck's going on.
All right, yeah.
I'm already a foot taller than most of the audience, probably.
You see this girl come out. You look up and you also see what I described to Lydian, this drow ? That's up there on the stands next to what you would imagine is the matron mother. And she starts speaking in, you would imagine, drow. And you make out that, and Lydian with your comprehend languages, she is proclaiming that the blooding of Alice will begin, and that this day she will take her adult name, and that this day she will become the heir to House Morcaine. And at that point, I think it's a good time to take a break before we find out what happens.
Oh my God, no, we can't break. We can't break right now. Oh my God, Jose, what the hell? This place is so fucking creepy. Oh my God, thank you. This is great. Scottish Jeff, thank you so much for supporting these players, because we're going to get into some serious shit here. I think it's all building. Thanks for your support for the channel, always being our number one fan. Great to see our friends in the chat, and we will be back in just a couple of minutes. Thank you so much for being here. See you shortly.
You find yourselves wherever you're located. Two of you down below, two of you up above. The sun elf has been handed a sword, and his shackles have been taken off. He's on one side of the arena. The other side of the arena, this young drow young lady, who is hard to tell how old they are, but they look young to your eyes. She's wearing simple homespun silks, spider silks, you would imagine, and she looks very innocent. But above her, sitting 30 feet above, are two people of note and the house guards of House Morcaine. And they are the female is speaking, and you imagine she is the matron mother giving all her accoutrement, and she continues talking, espousing how this is the joining of House Morcaine and Selvatarn. The blood of a deity runs through our daughter's veins. She goes, the heretics in Mermidra will stand no chance once House Morcaine regains its rightful place. And you hear the crowd sort of start cheering. What are you guys doing?
I'm cheering.
Yeah, I'm going to start just sort of doing whatever other people are doing just to not stand out.
I'm taking vigorous records of witnessing this event and making sure it's well chronicled.
Excellent.
Did I catch up to Lydian at this point? So I'm like there where Lydian is?
Yes.
Cool. Also, it occurs to me to double check, Asha's just following me around this whole time and no one's reacted to the fact that I've got a giant cat just like chilling with me? No,
as you've walked around, you've noted other people walking around with animals, you would imagine, but they're not panthers. Some folks are walking around with like giant spiders, as you would imagine, pets. Some of them are big enough to be mounts, but they're sort of a moss icy ambiance. There's all sorts of things walking around. There's giant lizards that are riding lizards that are being there doesn't seem to be like a pedestrian only area. They're just sort of walking through anywhere. But in this place it's sort of crowded, so there's less animals. But Asha is fairly compact. She's a medium creature, I believe, so she can hang out with you. And she's probably growling slowly under her breath.
Just wanted to check, because I think I think it like works of like I can dismiss her or something.
If you wanted to, yeah. I assumed you had her out. Yeah.
She's very well behaved.
Yes.
So I'm just like next to Lydian doing his little podcaster records for later, and
Lydian is grabbing your hand. He is so excited to squeeze in.
What did you guys? What was your reaction when the crowd started cheering? What did you guys do?
Probably a delayed response of like one seeing that's like, yeah. Yes, I am also excited to watch this murder in cold blood.
Correct. It's like that dismissive guy who's like, just glad to be cheering the band he's never heard of before.
He's still clapping after everybody stopped, right?
Yeah, above his head. And then, nice. Yeah, one more, yeah.
This young, the crowd sort of dies down a bit, and there's just this silence as they watch what's going on in the arena. You see the sun elf looking about. He's holding this rusted sword, and he's just sort of wide-eyed and looking around, looking behind him, looking for any way to get out of the situation. And he looks across the arena. She's maybe 50 feet away or so from him at this point. She has not drawn a weapon, and she's just sort of offering this pitying smile. And she takes a little delicate step forward.
I'm going to nudge one of the audience members next to Korak as I'm up on his shoulder. I just kind of like kick him just to get their attention. I'm just going to say, where do they find this elvish dope in Elvish?
All right.
I kind of want to find out who this guy is, if I can.
Sure. you nudge. Let's see who are you talking to here.
It just occurred to me that we separated out the person who actually speaks Undercommon and the person who at least has comprehend languages in one group, and the two who have no ability to understand any Undercommon at all in the other group. So, go
That's
team,
perfect.
go us.
Perfect.
You are you trying to talk to a drow? I would imagine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
You think this is probably a commoner. You're not sure. They're not wearing any like armor or house sigil or anything like that. But you ask that, and they look at you, sort of in a "how dare you talk to me" sort of. That's the sort of vibe you get as you ask the question in Elvish, not Drow. And he says he says something, and you didn't quite catch it, but you definitely caught that word Iblith again. And looks back to turns away from you and looks back at the arena.
I'm gonna kick him harder, and then I'm gonna say, "Answer me," in Elvish.
Give me an intimidate check.
Can I assist? Can I assist by my presence?
Sure.
All right, I'll roll with advantage. Well, that's good because one of them was a natural 1.
Nice.
15 total.
15. All right. He looks at you. Then he looks over your shoulder at Korak, and he says back in Drow, and you're able to let's see how much you can parse out of this. Give me an intelligence check.
Okay. Straight intelligence.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think there's anything else that'd be applicable here.
Okay, got it.
And Lush had gotten down off of Korak's shoulders at this point, right? Because otherwise, I'm envisioning him kicking this guy like literally in the chest.
He's still
I'm
up
up
there.
Sitting on Korak's shoulders.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Yep.
the foot's right
I
down
love
there.
it.
Yeah.
And we're both looking down at this guy. Yeah.
Yeah. And I rolled a what did I get? A 17 total.
17
on the
total.
intelligence.
You understand enough to get the gist of what he's saying. He says, brought by Galbraith, slaver, the slaver. Surface raid.
That wasn't so hard, was it, commoner? And then I'll look back to the main event.
He starts mumbling something under his breath as he looks away from you, and back to the main event. You see the hand that was on his dagger relax as he takes both of you in, and then looks back to the blooding, since there seems to be something happening down below. And as you all sort of fix your attention back on the makeshift arena down below, the Sun Elf looks terrified, but he finally takes a step forward and lifts the rusted sword. And as he does so, the young drow girl disappears. She moves with the terrifying, unnatural speed of her divine heritage. A flash of silver steel manifests from her sleeve, and before the elf can even swing, she's glided underneath their guard. With calculated precision, she drives a hidden punch dagger into the elf's knee, shattering it instantly. As he drops to the stone, screaming, the innocent facade vanishes from Elisa's face. Her eyes flare with manic bloodlust, and what follows is not a duel, but a masterclass in sadistic arena combat. She systematically dismantles her target, a precise slice to his tendon, Achilles tendon, a blinding strike to one of his eyes, deliberately avoiding a lethal blow to prolong the spectacle. The crowd cheers as she does this. She dances through the blood spray, her white silks being painted red all along, and her expression shifting into a mask of pure, ecstatic ferocity. The crowd is erupting. Every time she does it, it gets louder. Roar of cheers and clapping in rhythm with the strikes. Guys doing anything?
Cheering along with the crowd.
Now there's like a chant, right? Like everyone has a
Yeah. They're getting into it. They're getting a sort of chant. It starts forming as the death is imminent.
Are there any others in the crowd as I look around from Korak's shoulders that seem like maybe they're not as fervent in their excitement for this event?
I mean, there's definitely levels. Most of the drow that seem to be from here seem to be pretty into this. You see some of the drow from the other houses that have apparently traveled here. They are cheering, but they also are kind of like witnessing something they've never seen before for the first time. Obviously, you think they've seen a blooding before, but what's happening here, the way that she moves is not something that is natural, and they seem to be sort of assessing the situation, maybe reassessing the situation more than anything. But for the most part, yeah, the crowd is into it. There's Durgar, there's Darrow. The little, basically they're sort of twisted dwarves with the white eyes, the ones that were handing you the skewer earlier. They're just manic. They are so into this. They are just frothing at the mouth. There's Durgar, who are like the bigger dwarves of the Underdark. They're there watching as well. They give some cheers. Some of them are more into it than others, but they are sort of very much paying attention and taking it all in. And the Sun Elf is just at this point on his hands and knees. He's not able to stand. He's bleeding out everywhere. And Elise, she bends down and she smiles and she strokes his hair and she whispers something in his ear. And then you see her take her punch dagger and slowly put it underneath his chin and into his skull. And you see the Sun Elf spasm and fall to the ground dead, and the crowd just erupts.
That was no fair fight, Korak. I'll just say, with some sense of disgust.
It was too drawn out. She just should have killed him.
It was torturous, but the people love it.
The crowd dies down, and the matron mother. You guys above get a better vantage point of the figure next to the matron mother, who is just smiling from ear to ear. This broad, proud smile. And the matron mother stands and says, "Behold, my daughter, Melistra Morcaine of House Morcaine, heir to all you see." And the crowd cheers again. And there's some other parting ceremonial words, but the crowd starts dispersing at this point. What are you guys doing?
I'll let you down. Well, I didn't know what to expect, but that was a death.
Was it a good death?
No, it didn't seem very fair. I would have liked to have seen the elf at least nick the young one in the leg or something.
Or even swing that rusted sword.
Yes. Maybe they weren't trained very well in how to use it.
I would like to see that capable young princess up against someone of quality. A fair fight is always more interesting.
I have a feeling, though, the way that they move, these, when I look around at the crowd, these dark elves, as they call them, these drow, that they move somewhat like their spider namesake, They're very quick and flittery.
There was something uncanny about this one's movements, no doubt. More than any drow I've seen.
Oh, I don't know them well, so I thought it was all of them, which sort of gave a tingle of my spine, standing amidst this group,
Don't get me wrong, they are capable warriors when trained properly, and scrappers when not, but this was something entirely different. A noble lineage, no less, affords one certain advantages on the battlefield and elsewhere.
You give me religion checks, everybody.
16.
16.
9.
9.
I believe I also got 16.
Nice. Got it. 2 9s, 2 16s. Lush and Slate, is it? Those of you who got a 16, you pick up, you speak Undercommon, Kindwin, and Lush, you speak enough Elvish, and you got a high enough intelligence check to sort of figure out what the drow are saying around you, and you heard the name Selvatarm a couple times. And Selvatarm, you know, is part of the drow pantheon. He's the god of slaughter and war, basically. And you are, astute enough. You're Harper. You're astute enough to put 2 and 2 together. You see this guy that's standing now, sort of smiling ear to ear, standing next to the matron mother, who is almost 8 feet tall. There is no drow that is 8 feet tall. That is not a thing. And he's just giving off this vibe as you watch from a distance. Even as far as you are from him, he's just giving off this, sending the hairs on your arm up as you sort of glance in his direction.
There is much of unnatural origin here, I think, Korek.
Yes. I wonder if there is a half-giant blood in this one. That's what I think of, given that I saw those giants on the, over there on the street.
Wouldn't be a surprise if that were the case.
We should find our allies.
It's like
Ah,
kind of motioning like Lay. I think it's time for us to.
We should get out of here, and we should.
Will they notice us? I keep looking back towards the guy. Like just.
I think it might have been a glamour. Maybe it's supposed to be reminiscent of the god they were chanting the name of.
You got a 16, right?
I got a 16.
Yeah. You recognize the name Selvatarm. You know that is one of the, like I said, the drow god of slaughter and war.
Yeah.
Known as 16 is enough to know that it's known as the champion of Lolth.
Okay.
Is their position in the pantheon.
It seems to be quite the propaganda little story they're trying to present here about this princess, the daughter of like the whole like Lolth and champion of Lolth kind of vibe they're going for.
To what end do you think, Kindwin?
To solidify their own house's power, if they are in fact trying to self-aggrandize themselves again, to paint themselves as champions of their own gods, avatars of their own gods, maybe even.
It was referred to as a rebirth of some kind. Maybe there's more to learn at the tavern, Nomad's Rest.
All right, you start. You guys make your way down the spiral stairs from above. The crowd is dispersing. You note there was an exchange of some currency as a Durgar takes the body of the elf in a cart and starts trundling away. You guys disperse with the crowd, and you find your way towards the Nomad's Rest. And we got a little map for this even because
I love a map.
fun. All right. One other thing that you've noticed as you're walking around the bazaar is and you notice as you approach the tavern is there are these squat 5 foot tall or so and maybe 4 foot wide beings, or rather statues, brass statues, bronze statues of these dwarf looking things. Not quite sure what to make of them, but you've seen them here and there throughout the bazaar, these life-size bronze statues. And as you walk by them, you've noticed that some of them are being used as decorations. Some of them are just sort of standing. What you also notice is that some of them appear to be in very lifelike poses, like sort of in a mid swing or a look of agony, these sorts of things. And they appear to be made of brass, and they appear to be fairly tarnished, and they also appear to be hollow on the inside. And you know this because where a beard would be, you see like holes, and where the top of the head is, the top of the skull is gone, and so it's sort of this hollow brass bowl for a head. But the features are very sort of chiseled, dwarvish looking features. And what's that?
Are the features to each one of these identical, or are they based off different? Okay.
They're all individual.
Okay.
It looks very much like they are extremely lifelike, and each is an individual. And go ahead and either give me an Arcana. I think Arcana would cover it. Yeah. Intelligence Arcana.
$19.
10.
That's a shake of the head from Corey. Kind win? Nothing?
It's a 3.
Nice. All right.
Yeah, I got a 3 also.
Lydian, you recognize these things pretty quickly. These things, you've read about them. You've probably never encountered one, but these things are what the corpse of an Azer might look like if it was stuck on the material plane. An Azer is this elemental dwarf-looking being from the plane of fire that usually would be, if they're summoned, they would usually go back to the plane of fire. But if they were, say, drawn in through a portal or something, or living with fire giants, they would be, when they're vanquished, when they die, the fire goes away, and what remains is this bronze shell, which is why they look like they did in life, except without the fire. They would usually have fire coming out of the hollow in their head and a beard coming out of the holes. And you see these, and that would also explain why they look like they died in battle, because a lot of them are like in different poses and stuff. Yeah. And as you walk up to the, and like I said, they're being used as decoration. Some of the merchants have like things hanging off of them, like wares are hanging off the bodies. As you walk up to the Nomad's Rest, you see one right out front. You see two right out front, and you can see them on the map, but you can see two up front, and you can see one of them with a pointing, like it's pointing at something that probably killed it, but hanging off the neck of this one is a little placard that has the drink specials for the day, and it's pointing directly. It looks like it was positioned in such a way that it's pointing at the front door of the Nomad's Rest, with this look of agony on its face.
What's on the menu?
Damn.
It's just drink specials. It looks like this is they only serve drinks. It has a little sign like it's basically bring your own food, and there's lots of vendors on the street right outside, so you'd imagine there's no real need for a kitchen in this place because there's so much food in the bazaar itself. But they do have different drinks listed, and as you I'm assuming you go on in.
Yeah, I could use a drink after that.
I do want to point out, though, that I find the practitioners of how the practice of death, of recognizing it for what it is very creative here.
Advertising.
Yes, they make use of the final form.
Mm.
I respect that.
Lush, before you go in,
Yes.
allow me, and I'm gonna bust through the door like we're way too nice. Boom! We're gonna like bust through the door like we're freaking here. It's like you have dead people as advertisement. Boom! We're just like walk into the place like we own this place. Like you guys are late. Like we're walking in. Like oh,
Here we go.
I want to go ahead and move your tokens over there because why not?
Oh, we have
Sounds
tokens.
like fun.
I have to say, I think in Korak fashion, he trails last, and after you all pass through the door, he comes through very gently with like one finger.
And look, we got an Asha now this time.
Yay, Asha!
All right. As you walk in, you see this scene. There are a few tables. They all have little lights, but the lights are actually little tiny phosphorescent mushrooms. They're sort of providing light for each table. And the bartender behind the bar is clearly standing on a platform because it's a deep gnome who's maybe 3 feet tall, and she's furiously scrubbing a wooden mug. And as you walk in, slamming the door open, you get a look from this creature that is standing right next to the door. It is this almost 9.5, 10 foot tall creature that looks kind of like a cross between a vulture and a praying mantis. It's got these hooks for arms. You saw one of these in the bazaar earlier that seemed to be sort of at the Beastmaster's store. But this thing is standing there, and it kind of looks in your direction, and you take a step back, and it just sort of looks at you for a bit, and then looks back to the bartender, who just kind of shakes her head as you come in like that, and she's cleaning. She looks up. If you're looking for clean sheets and Alvin wine, turn around and march back up to the surface. All we got is a stone shelf and a blanket that smells like a riding lizard, a bowl of broth that might have some dirt in it. You pay up front. Keep your weapon sheathed. I don't need Housemore Kings and forces pinning my walls with your blood today.
Spade will continue walking like he has an appointment. Just keeps walking.
Okay.
And we'll just go sit down. Like this, just nods. Just like whatever, and comes to sit down.
Lush is going to take one look at this terrifying beast and just sort of like back up against the bar as he's, pardon me, and sneaks past him.
All right. You go sit down. You see, there's maybe a couple patrons in here, but it seems like most people were at the blooding and are probably still sort of mingling in that area. While you guys sit down. You don't see any servers other than this deep gnome who you've gotten her name is Beryl, behind the bar.
I don't know if this is the kind of place that has table service.
I'm gonna bet not. I'll just go get us a round of the dirt broth and the drinks.
Just the drink for me.
Just
Make
the drinks. All right.
2 of them.
I've only got 2 hands. I can't get double drinks for everybody.
I'll help.
So Slate will go up to the bar and in Undercommon order like double round of drinks, I guess.
Excellent.
The drinks sound better than the broth, so
she when you first came in, she saw how you opened the door. She took one look at you, and what she said was in common. But when you speak Undercommon to her, and she looked really like not pleased about surfacers, but you speak Undercommon to her, and she goes, "Oh, a civilized person, what can I get you?"
Just some drinks. We're just looking to. We came down here to do some trade, and we're not looking for any trouble. We just would like some drinks. We'd like to sit and relax. I know my friends are a little much, but we won't be any trouble. I promise.
Trouble will be bad for you. I just have to clean up your blood.
Well, we'd hate to cause you the inconvenience, so...
I'd hate it too. What do you have? She points to a chalkboard inside on the other side of the bar. Give me a perception check, quick.
Sure.
Those of you who are at the bar.
That's a solid 16.
Okay.
I think for reading a chalkboard, that should hopefully be good enough.
Also a 16.
It is absolutely good enough for a chalkboard. You read off things like Zerth, which it's under the fermented fungus and mushroom wines. There's
Cool.
a glow cap draft, a mycadid mist, and a deep dark cordial. There is a category called toxic and high proof alchemical blend. There's the spider's kiss. There's the K Fisher's fuel and the Hacking Hollow stout. And then there's exotic concoctions. There's the Shadowglass Nectar, the Voidberry Mead, and the Black Ribbon Brew.
At one of everything.
Absolutely not. Let's do a round of stouts and a round of the Black Ribbon Brew.
And one Voidberry Mead.
And one Voidberry Mead.
Right.
And you know what? Throw in a spider's kiss. Why not?
All right.
We're going to need that antitoxin soon.
Oh, good. I was wondering.
All
I
right,
was wondering if it was like a shot, like just a shot of spider venom. Why not?
the spider's kiss.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a clear liqueur.
Amazing.
That she hands to you, and the other drinks as well. That it for you?
For now. If we need anything else, I'll let you know.
That's usually how it works.
And it's just how much I owe you.
She tells it all up. She looks at you and she says, "You're probably paying in gold, right?"
Unless you want, and she'll like check her pockets. Yeah, literally the only other thing she's like, she'll pull out like a potion of healing. I'm like, unless
Get off for a potion. That's worth a lot more than these drinks. You're pretty sure.
never mind, put the potion back. Yes, gold. I got gold.
She's like, that'll be then in that case it'll be 10 gold pieces.
Shit, that's all I got. She like literally just like grabs her pouch and just like, pleasure doing business with you, I guess. And just like,
All right.
not even gonna try to negotiate. It's fine.
You go back with your rounds of different concoctions, drinks.
I guess we got like
Like a
10
flight?
drinks total, right?
Like a
Because we got
flight?
You got quite a few
two
drinks.
rounds of the beers,
Yes.
and then we also got a cordial and whatever the fuck a spider's kiss is. I think it's a shot.
Yeah.
Schnapps.
Yeah.
All right. You
Oh, can I just get a bowl of water for Asha?
Jeez.
While this is happening, it would literally be like, I'm at the nomad and I'm going to test the top 10 drinks. And I'd be like, the first one, like
Top 10 nomad.
Oh, that's a good 5 out of 5. Yeah.
Korak is just looking at you.
Oh, sorry. Mean face back on.
Mean face. The reviews are something like, "This is shit." the deep no barrel. She looks down and she says, "Oh, of course," and she hands you she ladles out some water from a bucket and hands it to you.
I bet that spider's kiss tastes like a grapefruit schnapps.
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
That's a good question. What are you guys doing here? You're drinking. There doesn't seem to be anybody else. There's, like I said, there's a couple other patrons. They're sort of nursing their drinks and looking in your direction.
Weren't we supposed to meet somebody here, get some information?
I don't know.
There was no name given to us to meet anyone. We have only the things that we've brought with us and the subterfuge of our disguises to guide us.
Okay.
There wasn't a name, but there was an initial.
H. Right? Was it H?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, maybe sometimes luck will come our way and make ourselves known and they'll approach us.
I mean, we are obviously not of this place, so we stand out, no doubt.
I mean, I was just hired to get you guys here. I don't know anything about what to do now.
What could H stand for?
Harper? That was my presumption.
What's that?
Did you say that out loud?
Go ahead and roll me some insight checks.
Natural 20.
Nice.
Nice. 13.
I see Ty shaking his head, so I'm gonna assume it's less than.
It's because my +5 ended up into the 9.
Nice.
+5, I get a 9.
I'm sorry, what am I rolling again?
Insight check.
Insight.
But it only needed one of you to get it, which Lydian just got. Nat 20. You have the initial. That's the only information you were given, obviously purposefully, and you think that you might want to mention that initial to get the ball rolling. To let whoever, because this is the place you were told, and the only person here is this deep no behind the bar. You've been sitting here for a few minutes. You don't see anybody else other than the other two patrons.
All right, so take the empty glass, whatever that first brew that was finished.
Yep.
I'll be right back. Head towards the deep gnome with the bar.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very gently, just kind of place the drink back on the counter there. Like, I was looking for something else, something more satisfying to my needs. Forgive me, I'm trying to make out the chalk over there. H, no, it's not it. No, do you have anything? I heard of something that may have, a drink you may have had here. Do you have anything? Is it, Hawk, something with an H.
She she looks and she says, "You already ordered the hollow smoke stout."
Hollow smoke. That's what I was looking for. The hollow smoke. I'll have another hollow smoke.
She looks you up and down. Are you showing any visibility of what you are masquerading as?
As well, I guess if the deep gnome is like examining me,
yeah, she is.
Will and just kind of like open up the shirt a bit and kind of reveal like a snake wing, and just need a little bit more of that hollow smoke there.
She looks at you and she goes, "Ah, well, why didn't you say so to begin with? Just step on back to the table down the hall, sit down and shut up. The walls in the bazaar have ears, and half of them belong to the matron mother." She looks around again. "If Ahmad sent for you, you're either incredibly brave or already dead. Let's see which one it is."
He will nod his head, walk past the table, motion the rest of them to follow me.
Shit. Kindwin is gonna chug. She paid 10 gold for this shit.
You
We are
can bring
not
the
leaving
drinks.
anything
You can
on this
drink,
table.
bring the drinks. Bring the
Oh, yeah,
drinks.
for the drinks.
She'll
Did
chug one and bring the other.
did she mention to head this way?
Yeah, she did say the back table. Yep.
Right.
Sort of motion with her eyes that direction.
I hope you know what you're doing, Lydian.
Only half.
That's good enough for me.
Am I moving everybody's token over there? Yes.
Yes,
Sure.
absolutely.
All right. All right.
Lydian will kind of peek his head down the hallway. Is that little hook horror thing still staring at us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, horror. That's a lot of H's.
It is.
This episode is brought to you by the letter H.
It is indeed. You all are sitting there, the end table, sort of in this little nook at the back of the bar, as you are finishing your drinks, and as you're maybe a couple sips away from finishing, you hear a voice come from sort of the corner, the wall, basically right here. As you're sitting sort of in this chair here, from this wall you hear a voice. It says, "It's about time." And sort of leaning in the corner of this booth that you guys are in, not really a booth, sort of a table in this little alcove. From the corner of the alcove, this figure steps out that you did not see there before. There was nobody there before, but this figure sort of steps out. It is a chiseled jaw drow. But what's strange about him, other than the fact that he just sort of appeared out of the shadows, is that he has black hair. It is cropped very short, and it is, you don't think it's a dye job because his eyebrows are also black, and his whole demeanor is he's wearing dark clothing, and he takes you all in. Well, what do you think of Morcane so far?
All right, I think it's interesting. You have wonderful death traditions.
To whom do we have the honor of speaking?
I am known as Hamad the Unseen. And who do I have the pleasure of speaking with? And he's speaking in common to you.
I think you know who we are. H.
I think I do. He says, were you blown in by a little storm, were you?
Indeed.
How much have you gotten to know this place?
Well, as Korek has mentioned, we've seen at least part of the ritualistic murder that takes place here. Quite a show was put on.
Indeed. They do like their shows, those Morcane. Did you notice the 8-foot-tall drow?
It's kind of hard not to.
Mm-hmm.
Is it giant's blood?
Is it a glamour?
Is it a demon?
If it was only that simple. No. All those things would be better than the truth. The truth is that is exactly what people have been saying. That is the avatar of Selvatarma.
Surely no. Not possible.
The spider that waits. Yeah.
How can that be?
That's just a story that they're saying. That can't possibly actually be the avatar of a god just walking around down here.
It has happened before. And now it is happening again. Says, avatars are exactly that. The god's presence on this mortal plane.
Wielded by Zith Morcaine? By the Morcaine line?
Well, that's the interesting part. The Morcaines were ousted from here many, many decades ago. The cult of Kirunsuli has been in charge for over 150 years, since they took power during the Silence of Lolth. The House Morcaine was thought to be vanquished, but apparently they didn't get all of them. Tiarak Morcaine, who is now the matron mother, and her cousin survived the purge. They returned a few years ago after the giants were defeated. You know this history, yes?
Yes.
More or less. The giants were defeated. The different drow factions fractured, including my own. The giant army took quite a toll on those of us who called this place home. And then they returned with an army and this avatar, and quickly took control. The curious thing, though, is that this avatar, this Zelbatarm, seems to have granted clemency to the priestess of Kirunsuli.
Even despite their treachery in the eyes of Morcaine.
Indeed. House Morcaine has no greater enemy in their eyes.
Why would that happen? Would they try to unite them?
An alliance.
Well, I believe it stems from the alliances in the other realms. You see, Kirunsuli and Zelbatarm both owe fealty to Lolth, but they do not do so willingly, or rather, the Revenant Queen does not. And Zelbatarm, he is one who, as the word goes, resents his position, but is still adamant in being his queen's champion. However, he seems to be flexing his autonomy a bit more than he would normally be allowed to. This is new to me. This is new to everybody. His avatar has not been seen on this plane in I don't know how long, certainly before my lifetime, and I've lived quite a lifetime. This avatar has a bit more, as I said, autonomy, and they are allies. Kirunsuli and Zelbatarm, they are on friendly terms, at least according to the tales. And so it is only by his protection that the cult remains. My sources say that there's only the one high priestess left, Balasta Tessarin. Balasta is a revenant priestess of the Great Banshee, the White Banshee. That is what Kirunsuli is referred to as. She remains here. She has one motivation, and that is vengeance. For she, as I said, is a revenant who has been brought back by her mistress to do nothing but seek revenge for what was done to her and her family, her house. That revenge extends to Mermidra. The arch-wizard there is the one who killed her and her family. However, she also, of course, would have vengeance to seek against House Morcaine, and probably many others.
And what would you seek by sharing this knowledge with us?
I fear there is events that are coming to a head here. With the blooding of this young princess, the matron mother might be emboldened to take actions that might not sit well with her consort, the Avatar of Selvatar. Things are getting very tense, I will say.
What interest do you think those of the surface of the growing storm above have in this internal power struggle amongst these drow?
I will tell you. If House Morcaine does what they intend to do, which is take Merimidra. Now, you understand, Merimidra is currently ruled by factions of, we'll call them goodly drow, those who have no intentions towards the surface world, no hostile intentions at least. If House Morcaine grows back to prominence, they are ardent Lolth worshippers. They are crusaders for Lolth. And with Selvatarm at their side, the drow god of war and slaughter, do you think they would be content with just Merimidra?
Do you believe that they would lead forays to the surface then?
I have no doubt that they would. More than forays.
What is your alliance? Who do you serve?
Because I serve my organization.
And?
We are known as the Hidden. We seek nothing more than to do our own thing. We don't seek any conflict with the surfacers.
Are you agents of Merimidra then?
We are not agents of Merimidra, but we bear them no ill will.
Yet you seek to help them, in fact.
In a way. I seek to help them because by doing so, it helps my own cause.
Any foe of Lolth is a friend of the surface, I would say, in these matters.
Indeed, on the other hand, you have the other factor in all of this. I believe that Velasta Tessarin is up to something as well. She also has eyes towards Merimidra since her revenge lies there. But she worships the god of the undead.
Korak.
Miracle? Are you referring to Miracle?
No, I'm referring to curiosity.
Okay. I wasn't referring to Miracle either.
This intelligence that you share with us is worthy of immediate transfer to the surface.
Which is why you're here. I wanted to make sure you saw the situation here with your own eyes.
We have seen it, and with this knowledge, we should hasten a return, I should think.
Yes.
And keep in mind, you have been on foot and fighting for about 15 hours probably by now. So you're probably pretty bone tired.
Is there a
Maybe a
safe
night in the
play to stay here?
He says, I'll call the Nomad's Rest after all.
And you trust the proprietress, Beryl?
He says, you're talking to the proprietor.
Is there any concern we should have for having been noticed in our presence here as something more than just passers through?
Did you cause any trouble?
None.
No.
No.
That's not over yet, though.
That's woo!
Gonna be dancing on tables by the time we're through. Oh yeah.
Let's
we
save the
stayed-
celebrations until we return to the
Yes.
farm.
He says, my operatives have not been able to determine what exactly Faerûn Tully is up to, but we think she's planning something, has been planning something for many years.
Your tavern keeper mentioned enforcers of the queen, I assume. Are we, is
The matron mother?
of the matron mother, is this place secure? Are we safe here if we stay?
As safe as any place in Zithmorcane.
Well, that'll have
Safer
to
than
do then.
most.
Yes, a night of rest, and then we must return quickly with this information.
Your stay is on me.
Oh. Well, good, because I'm broke.
Oh, well, I'm tapped out. As she gathers the 8 mugs that she just purchased.
I did not realize that drinks were so expensive in the Underdark, so.
Yeah. Shipping, He says, is there any other information that you require from me?
I think if you've told us everything you intend for us to take with us, then that will suffice.
Indeed. He said,
I have a question.
yes.
Does House Mayor Madra have any sort of defense on par with the Avatar?
On par with an avatar, the god of slaughter and war.
I know it seems a little bit of a reach, but stranger things have happened.
They have an archmage. I do not know that will be enough.
I doubt it.
The Avatar has been building his own forces beyond those of House Morcane. House Morcane spent over 100 some years away from this place. We believe that they were in another drow city. My understanding is that the matron mother rose to the ranks there and marched her army back here to take back her ancestral home.
What do you believe to be the timeline on this, and does Mayor Midra have an awareness of this threat?
That I do not know. I have
Be-
eyes on Mayor Midra, but they have not informed any of the leadership there as of yet.
It would be wise to turn those eyes into mouthpieces of this warning, perhaps.
As I said, we were monitoring the situation, and it has become very unstable of late. Less secure for myself and my operatives.
Should get a rest and leave as soon as we can. This information is too vital to sit on.
Agreed. Secure lodging and perhaps broth without dirt in it would be nice.
Oh, it only comes with dirt. I'm sorry.
Then I guess we'll take
Can't hold
it.
the dirt.
It's good for you.
Fire taste.
I think you're being funny. I think that is a joke.
This one. I like him. Is there anything else I can provide with you for you?
If this information is shared, what is your desired outcome? Are you acquiring, what other assistance are you acquiring once this information is passed? Surely we don't expect the people, to bring the storm down here. I mean,
My business, the war is bad for my business. What I would like is to avoid war.
There was a time in history where there was an alliance, was there not, between the surface and those from this realm? Perhaps there is room for an alliance yet to fight back this threat.
I believe that's what we are doing now, is it not?
Well, it depends on where things go from here.
Indeed. He gives you a little bit more logistics on Merimidra. Tells you that they're ruled by a coalition mostly of Illustraine drow who worship Illustrae, who is a good goddess of the Seldarine pantheon, and them and another faction that are ruling, and that is a big. Merimidra is a fairly large city. This is an outpost, but Merimidra was the parent city for this outpost, and they have recovered as well from the giants that had invaded their city, and now are ruled by this sort of goodly coalition of drow. Zith Morcaine is much smaller, but apparently is growing in lethality and troops because, as she said, she marched her basically went from 2 members of a house to many hundreds of warriors, priestesses. The matron mother is obviously a priestess, and he mentions the other member who survived the takeover by the Kyriansuli forces here was Dessa Sikmorcaine, who is her cousin, who is a very formidable warrior who hates the Kyriansuli faction more than anybody he can think of, because she was their prisoner for quite some time and was tortured at their hands. So she's probably chomping at the bit to take out this Velasta Tessarin. Problem is that this Velasta Tessarin, according to him, she's the high priestess of Kyriansuli here, and she is a revenant. She is an undead. And Korak, you would know this pretty offhand, that a revenant seeks only revenge, and really, if you kill a revenant, they just come back in a different form and continue their crusade. So that is one of the major sticking points to this all.
I don't know if I'm right, but it crosses Korak's mind that may have been who we cross paths with.
Maybe. Could be.
I'm just going to hold that in my small little brain.
If it's not, then whoever you cross paths with is an intelligent undead serving this Velasta. But they seem to be keeping a low profile, but he is pretty sure that they are up to something big. He's not quite sure what that is.
Could it be an alliance with the Avatar?
It could be. It could be.
So it seems that the forces of Marcaine are more powerful than the other things down here that could oppose them.
Currently so. This Avatar is the key. He is, not unsurprisingly, short-tempered and unpredictable as the god of slaughter. He is serving House Morcaine. He sired the heir of House Morcaine, as you saw if you were there at the blooding. But that, in drow society, that does not mean much.
Does this Avatar have any weaknesses or faults that could be exploited, that should be known?
Other than his brashness, he's an Avatar. He's a deity on this mortal realm. I've myself have never faced one of those, so I can't say.
May we all be so lucky as to not face this one in battle.
I would not recommend it.
How's the general populace taking it? Is House Morcaine still considered fringe? There was a big crowd there. Are they resisting this make House Morcaine great again, or are they really accepting it due to the Avatar's presence?
The commoners and those warriors who were left here were fractured, as I said, houseless warriors. When House Morcaine returned with the Avatar of a god in tow, they swore fealty immediately. They couldn't swear fealty fast enough. These are ardent Lolthites, and with the champion of Lolth at the side of the matron, there is no question of their loyalty.
I think we need to head back to the surface. I don't even know if I could get sleep after this information.
We must try to rest. We're going to need our strength, Lydian.
You've got that thing where your brain is going a mile a minute, but your body is so bone tired.
Fair enough.
We can take shifts. Someone can keep watch if we need to, but we should rest.
He shows you. He gets up. If you're ready, I can give you your quarters.
Yes, that would be good.
He goes over to the doors there that you see on the bottom of the map. There's rooms down there. You have your choice of rooms. Nobody's staying here.
Where's the presidential suite? Let's go for that one.
There is one that is slightly bigger. It's on the other side of the hallway there. You can see it there.
Maybe you and Asha should take the big room.
Yeah. Well, there's only two of us. There's three of you, so you guys should get the biggest room, probably. Asha and I just share one bed anyway, so it's fine.
What's that, Korak?
I'm going to have my own room.
Is it because you're going to invite your girlfriend?
That's none of your business.
Don't give him any ideas. Don't give him any ideas.
That's a good idea.
Sorry.
As you settle into your accommodations, you're thankful for a soft bed to lay down upon. You're probably more tired than you realize. You're not quite sure maybe what time it is up above, but it is gotten late. You faced death not a few hours ago. You've been marching for 14 hours, only taking a few breaks, and as you lay down, you close the doors in your rooms. What is each of you thinking about what needs to happen, what you're doing, what you're facing here? Let's start with Lush.
Lush is very concerned about his companions and remembers sort of the task that was given him as a leadership role of sorts by Storm. And so he is, rather than immediately going to bed, he's going to get one more drink and not really drink it, but just sit at this corner table and keep watch with his drink over the space as best that he can.
All right. As you keep watch, you see the Hookor sort of look in your direction.
Just nod.
It stares at you because basically it's got nothing better to do. Is that it, Lush?
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm thinking right now. Is the most important thing is that we get a rest uninterrupted and that no danger comes to us before we leave, because that is the mission, is to get back now, in his mind.
All right. You are determined to do that, but you also find yourself growing very tired, very sleepy rather, because you are, as I said, bone tired. But maybe that is being counteracted by your brain just going a mile a minute.
And it very well might be that Lush ends up falling asleep right at the table because he's so tired.
All right. Lydian.
Lydian will sit on his bed, and he's very concerned with the information he just received. So he's going to get into his sending stone and be like, but he also thinks that there are ears around. So in a kind of cryptic way, will like, if this is the last communication that is received by you know who, then proceed and just kind of retell certain things that would be able to lead another team if we're never found. And just kind of like, hey, this is Harper protocol. This is red flag, red flag. Like, we need, just in case we don't get to the surface, I've transmitted enough information to at least lead people back here, and things are dire. Like, I will do that with every bit of energy I have left, like, and then just until I collapse.
Nice. Red flag protocol activated. Nice. Korak.
I think so. Korak goes in and prepares to sleep and thinks to himself, the gods of goodness are useless in such situations as this. There's always the gods of evil that are the ones that dominate. I've made right choices in my life, and I'm going to lie down. I'm going to think about, what are we going to do with an avatar of a god on the side that we're opposing? Perhaps there's some answers with the surface dwellers. And before I realize I'm out.
Nice. Kindwin and Asha.
Look, Kindwin was hired to be a guide to get them here and get them back. This whole fighting an avatar of a god thing, that is above her payroll. She doesn't need to worry about any of that. So while, yes, she's a little bit worried about, like, wow, what is this shit I got hired to wade into? A little bit. On the other hand, she got to go into the actual city in the Underdark, and she's just still a little bit giddy secretly about, like, having gotten to go to, like, this place she probably never would have gone to otherwise. And she's got Asha with her, so she feels totally fine falling asleep here. She's totally safe. She's got to get through. It's tomorrow. They've just got to get back up to the surface, and then the rest of this is their problem. She's good, so she totally will not get drawn back into any of this later. We're fine.
Excellent.
It was hired as a guide. She's been a guide, and that's all she plans on doing. So
it never turns out the way you want. So,
fine.
As you each sort of drift off, maybe dozing off at your self-appointed watch station, or falling asleep as soon as the mattress hit your back. You find yourselves sort of thinking and dreaming about what your situation is, what you find yourselves faced with, and the last thing that you hear is a scream, and that is where we will end tonight.
Oh no!
Nice.
Oh, damn, Jose. This place is so cool. You did an amazing job of really setting the tone for this place. Very spooky, very dark, very scary, and dangerous.
Good.
Yeah. Wow. Awesome stuff. Thank you for the raid, Lord Gazumba and company. Appreciate you all for jumping in here. If you want to support us and you like what we're doing, please consider following the channel or subscribing. We appreciate you very much. Thanks to Scottish Jeff for kicking in some bits to help us with some rolls and keeping us safe. We will be using those shortly. Yeah, we're going to be using those shortly. So thank you for that. And thanks to the players and Jose, our illustrious game master, for this amazing session. Let's go around the table and say some goodbyes. Let's start with Rouge tonight.
Oh, no. Hi, I'm Rouge. I've been playing here tonight as Kindwin Softfall, your resident ranger beastmaster guide. That's about all I have. I don't do things on the internet when I'm not here. So you can check out. I've got links to other places, but until we hit about November, when I start trying to raise money for Extra Life, for the Children's Miracle Network hospitals, I don't do anything. So, check me out. Find me on Instagram if you're the sort of person who might donate later this year to benefit children's hospital networks. But otherwise, just catch me here. That's about all. So.
muted.
There's a lot of generous people in this community. There's no doubt that there will be people lining up to help support that kind of an effort. So thank you for that. Rouge, let's kick it over to Adrian next.
Hi, everyone. Name's Adrian on the internet. If you want to follow anything I'm doing, under all the different handles, it's under Sly Sparrow. Had a great time today playing Lydian Nightingale, otherwise known as Spade, the Harper agent. And what a great adventure. I love playing with you all. Twists and turns, and I'm sitting here at the edge of my seat. And really, Jose, you did such a great job painting the world. And I felt like I was actually walking around there, and the denizens and the creatures, I felt like I was in an Industrial Light and Magic like set. It was really great. Really appreciate the setting you've created for us here, and the world that we're stepping into. I had a great time. Follow me on the socials, and looking forward to next week.
Awesome. Thank you, Adrian. Adrian, we should get that link to Crunchyroll so people can find your
I sent it in the chat. You could
okay. I will go back and grab that, and
sure.
Oh, there it is. All right, let me put that up. Let's kick it over to Dungeon Mr. Ty. As I'm doing that, Ty, so glad that you're part of this series. As usual, Korak is freaking amazing, and I'm glad I got to sit on his shoulders. That was fun.
He's something. Yeah.
Like a rock show.
Most of you probably know me. I'm Dungeon Mr. Ty, owner of Adventure Sling Productions. Hey, we're on the list of any nominees for Fan Award for Best Publisher. And maybe it's because we have the game of New Varden, which you may or may not have heard of, which is the Earthpunk fantasy setting using the Fortunes D4 system. We also have the podcasts, the Adventure Sling Pod, where you can hear interviews with cool people doing cool stuff in the gaming industry and adjacent. Also, the Chronicles of Nephis, which hosts a series of fiction told both solo play and live stream set in New Varden, and also the Aired Out podcast that I host with Grace Karras, discussing the deep lore dive of Aired in Castles and Crusades setting with Trollord Games. So all that and more is at adventuresling.com. And guess what? There's more stuff coming. So some of it Dave will talk about, some of it I'll talk about later. And meanwhile, yes, I am playing Korak, the Grave Domain cleric. And I'm going to admit it. He's fun. I like it.
we love him. He's great.
Thank you, Dave. I'll pass it back to you.
Ty, thank you so much. And congratulations on the nomination. I did put a link in the chat here. Folks want to go vote for Adventure Slang. You should do it. And then you can vote for other people too, because you can vote for up to 5 different groups in each category. So go check it out. There's a lot of great creative people who have put a lot of their heart and soul into these projects, and Ty being one of them, and also one of our best buds. So please support Ty and Adventure Slang. With that, I'm going to kick it over to our amazing game master, Jose. Once again, thank you so much for putting this together, for introducing me to Faerûn and the Underdark in a way, especially the Underdark, in a way that is like Adrian was saying, so tangible. Like, it was so visceral to be moving through that space. So well done, amazing stuff, and I'm so happy that you're part of Guild Superior.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you for the kind words, and thank you for the hard work you put in behind the scenes. We appreciate you making this all possible. I had a fantastic time playing with you guys. Just real quick, this is all based on stuff that's going to be found in the Realmsbound project, the Guide to the Dalelands, and other books that are coming out as well. That is all a collaboration between Mythmakers and Ed Greenwood, where we are fleshing out the Dalelands this year. We're going to be other places next year and the year after that. But that includes the realms below the Dalelands, including Zith Morcaine, which I am writing for the Realmsbound project. So this is just a sneak peek of some of that. So exciting stuff. Also be illustrating some of it too. So anyway, if you want to keep up with that, you can click on the link, join the newsletter, get updates as to when those books will be released. They're going to be on DM's Guild in PDF and print form. So looking forward to that. Whenever they come out, we're making sure everything is really good. So they're taking their time, but they'll be out in the next month or so, I think. So anyway, that's me, what I got, and we'll see what happens next week.
If this adventure is any indication of what the Mythmakers and Ed Greenwood and Realmsbound has in store for us, it's going to be epic. I mean, so good. Very, very excited. This is keeping me tied to Dungeons and Dragons in a way that I didn't think was going to happen. So thank you for that. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, this is great. The Dalelands are incredible, and I'm so glad that I get to have you as the guide to show us around. It's great. You guys, there's lots going on here at Guild Spear. I'll quickly run through a couple things that I want you to be aware of. We do have this game for the next couple of weeks here through the end of July on Thursdays, and then we're going to be moving into a Dark Space game, which is essentially Shadow Dark in space. We've got a fantastic crew that will be out in space, getting into some trouble, including Jose and Justin Estrada and Spunky Taylor and Meadow the GM. So we're looking forward to that. We've got a birthday game coming up for Shiv on August 1st, which is a Saturday. We've got Monster of the Week. We've got another session of Monster of the Week coming up on the 25th of July with GM Ruby, and the first two sessions are available VOD and will be on. The first one is on YouTube right now. The second one will be on YouTube next week. We've got a game that Shiv will be running in August called The Wandering, which takes place in I don't know why I can never remember the name of it. Oh, Svealand. It takes place in the Svealand, which is a Norse mythology-inspired 5th edition setting that was put out by Dream Realm Storytellers. And then we are going to be coming back with some epic new Varden storytelling here, starting in September, with Dungeon Mr. Ty stepping behind the game master, the Seers screen, excuse me, with a Preservers of the Veil series. So very excited about that. We've got an Eat the Reich 3-part series that's going to be happening in October. That's going to be brutal. And we've got that cast, and I'm very excited. Lots of new people coming into the guild orbit, which is fantastic. And then Twilight 2000 coming up at some point here towards the end of the year. So lots going on here at Guild Spear. I'm very, very excited. Lots of great storytelling, and I get to surround myself with beautiful people like this. So thank you all very much. We're going to sign off. I think we've done enough. We're going to raid into somebody, and then we'll see you back here next week. Thank you, everybody, for being here. We appreciate your support.